too hard. Struggle with the pain inside my heart. Wish I didn't care about what they say. What you want to say, what you want to say, what you want to say, what you want. Say what you want to say, what you want to say, what you want to say, what you want to say. Want to say what you want to say, 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 what you want to no one, no one, no one.
You gotta get up every morning. Big boss getting richer every minute. Oh no. Big boss, oh no. You gotta get up every morning. Big boss getting richer every minute. Oh no.
How is everybody doing? The markets. The markets. All right, folks. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. Hope all is well. The markets. The markets. It's on. Let's get into it. Looks like ES pumped. Figured it was going to, man. Looks like the Dixie came down to the level I had outlined. I wasn't around for it though. That would have been the level I wanted to get involved. Kind of in a short zone right now. If anybody felt so inclined to take shorts. I might get into a short, long on the euro. Potential there. Kind of already played, but yeah, it's already done. You already did it, man. Oh, not really. On this side, this is a 4-hour play. Yeah. This is a long, so yeah. If we gain something here on the euro, I might take a long. Look at the charts. Let's see. Yes, we were in this range yesterday. I really had a feeling they were just gonna hold this range. So I was trying to wait for them to come down here, but you know, they didn't do anything for me to get in. Yesterday on the Dixie, we were here yesterday. I had this level outlined on top of this. You know, and that's what I wanted, but it's just I didn't want to wait for it. You know, when we were there, it was like we were here. We didn't want to wait, 14 hours. So what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Can't just sit at the charts. If we gain here, this is a level on the Dixie to reject. The rejecting proper is failure to gain on the 4-hour. So we'll see. This is the 4-hour swing too, right? So like they're rejecting the 4-hour swing right now. If we start gaining something and this continues, then I'll take a stab at it. For I don't know how long it's gonna be. Maybe just back up to here. Honestly, maybe even just back up to there. $24 points. Might do that. It's played pretty good down here. Bitcoin, they took the liquidity, I think. This is the area I was looking for yesterday. Might be some kind of a play on Bitcoin. Did they take the liquidity here? Just see what's the low on this. 6.9. The low is 02. 602. Oh yeah, they did. So they did make new lows here. Let's just have a look here. Not the nicest. If I see a proper setup here, I'll probably get long on crypto. Can look through some of my one of the ones I had on my list here. So I look at these on the daily usually. Oof, that doesn't look good. Still kind of in the area. This is the area I was kind of outlining before. This thing wiped too. Matic trying to hold on. Neo trying to hold on. It's kind of all the ones I had. You know, this is the area, right, for Bitcoin on the daily too. This is an untested daily level. So, you know, this is kind of the level you want to be watching. You want to watch for a setup here, right? So I'll take multiple stabs at it if I have to. But I'll definitely be looking for longs, I think, on Bitcoin. So we'll have a look and see. Check out the econ cow. I think something's coming up today. Oh, is this not working anymore? Yeah, just slow. I don't know why. Yeah, it looks like we have some action today at 8:30. So we'll probably see some market movement at 8:30 around. Keeping ear to the ground for that. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully we can get into a trade today. Kind of bitter on the Dixie, you know what I mean? They come right to your level and then it's just like, what? You know, you're just not here. You know, kind of sucks. This is the level of the short. No signal yet. Took the liquidity here and then kept gaining. Kind of a liquidity level right here too. We'll see. This is the level though. It might actually be a little bit higher, but this is already tested up here too. So, you know, I'd need to see something on this end for me to get involved. And really, we might even hold this range, right? So like, this is just a smaller. This would be a smaller trade. I think a couple of those stock entries I did yesterday turned out okay. Tesla pumped. We got in here around this area. Remember what my entry is? It's up there on the screen. Oh, 180. 179. Yeah, so 179. We got in like right as the market opened. So here we just market smashed in. Tesla looks pretty good on the daily. We should do this on a bigger chart. I actually have it over here. This was the Tesla trade. We ended the week. This was part of the NASDAQ review. So pretty simple trade, man. Like Tesla gained the weekly here, right? They gained the weekly. They just retested it. So you could have been in this trade already for a month. But this is it. This was the area to test, right? Actually got in a little late. And then Dash we also got into yesterday too. Dash is on the so Dash we took the liquidity out from underneath this weekly, and then we gained a daily on this side. It's pretty simple shit, man. Dash we're just trying to get back up to the gap. Really not too complicated, man. Back over the watch list. Put this back over to Dixie. Can just put it on the US dollar. I actually like it better on the Dixie DXY. So we'll see. See what the Dixie says, man. I don't love it. You know, I liked it. I liked it here. I liked it here. We'll see though. Could happen. Maybe, maybe not. You never know. Never know with these things. Just make sure these are all the streams are going out here okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It looks like everything's good. Let's get this calendar off. Okay. Yeah. Get the aircon on here, man. It's ripping hot. It's a little bit of a heater we got going on. A smooth 32 degrees again here in Bali. Always. Every day, same temperature. Never seems to fail. Every day. So yeah, I do like this Bitcoin level though. We are going to be watching this on the 15th for a gain. I'd like to see another sweep below first. Down here. So we'll see. Like to see a sweep below and then start gaining. Starting to get into my zone though. Starting to get into my zone. Dixie really just got into my zone yesterday. Look at this. Yesterday at the end of the day. This was it. This happened during Globex was the entry. Should really check the charts in the morning, man. Just see if anything happens. Potential for, so this has potential. It's kind of do or die time now for Dixie. It's either we're going to start gaining this and move higher, take the liquidity up here, or we're going to reject this 4 hour and move lower and then see what happens if this level, if they're going to hold this level or not. This could be a rejection. If I was here earlier, I would have already taken a short. I would have shorted this. I would have shorted this right here. So, kind of missed it a little bit. So now we just need to see if they're going to gain or if they are going to dump. You never know, man. You just never know. We'll see what happens. It'd be pretty cool if some people came by the stream. No one ever comes, man. Guess this stuff just takes a bit of time to try to get people in. It's gonna be time for a long here, man, on this guy, and it might be time for a long in Bitcoin too. Be cool to get some entries, you know. Come to the market the way I trade, it's so lazy. Really? The laziest. I just come to the market and I just look for like an hour and a half or an hour. And whatever I see, and what I don't. Even if I'm gonna miss it, I just leave. It doesn't matter. We'll catch him next time. It's like PTLR is blasted off too. There the other day, up 6%. That's huge. So they did fail this weekly, but they're holding now. This is the daily gain retest. 6 good. I'm in this one from very far back. I got it in this range somewhere. 16, I think. Here's where I got in, around here. It smashed in that day. Got a shit entry. We can run through these actually, all the ones in our. So this one's still looking okay. In this, they're having a little trouble here at the top, so I don't know. We'll see. They held it where they needed to, though, right? So that's why I was kind of interested. I'd like to see them test back up here again. This one's a dirt hole. I'm just hoping for a retrace now at this point on this guy and get the hell out. This one's okay. Honestly, I averaged down up in this area, but we had a nice big weekly gain now at this point. So this one's gonna go. I think it's too early on this guy. This one was kind of a mistake to be in that, but in it now, it's fine. CRL still at the level here. See if we can hold it. Let me just bring up this open positions. CRL down 3%. Yeah, I'm in the position. Yeah, see if we can hold this, man. Like this is kind of where you want to hold it. You don't really want to get too much below this. I could see taking the liquidity and then going, but it can't be a long stay. Can't be an extended stay below there. CTRA. They've blasted. I have taken profits on this. This top range still looks good to me, man. They did lose a weekly here, but then they gained. So they're and then now they're making lower, higher lows. So kind of looks okay still to me. On the weekly, on the daily, daily looks a bit rough. Let's see if they start re-achieving anything. How did it look on the 4 hour after this? Same shit. There's a gap down here. Maybe we'll test that again. Could be a little gap tester down there. lines up with this swing too. Yeah, daily gap. This is the daily gap gain too, so you know this might get tested. If it gets tested, that'd be a good area to re-add. CVS, I am out of this one. Leave. Yeah. I'll just get it off my list here. CZR. I'm not in this one too. It's not up on the screen. This one still looks pretty good to go still, you know. They're holding where they kind of need to, right? See if this area holds. Did have weekly gain, you know. Trying to gain the weekly here again, so we'll see. They did gain the daily. Kind of what you look for. Disney. Disney had a gap close there the other day, so this one looks pretty primed and ready to go too in my mind. Got a gap close here. In the liquidity zone, testing the top of this, so see if they hold. They start turning things around on the daily. You know, do at least this gap close. Let's see what happens. This is a pretty good long-term area for Disney. EMN. So EMN, we're in from 81. I'm right here, around here. This weekly gain and retest. So we're off to the races. I believe we did take a profit target already here, just a small one. But this one I just want to see back at all-time high. So holding on still to that one. Up 22%. That's pretty good. Etsy. This one does not look good. Etsy just keeps rejecting, yeah, you know. At this point, you know, it's almost going to be we're at the zone here for it to hold, though. You know, this is the untested area that you want it to hold onto this. So I bought it here, so I'm already underwater. I might just put more into this and just let her go a bit here, because I think we're gonna see a pump soon. We had this move here on the weekly. It looks pretty shit right now. EW. This one's okay, doing 15%. We're in it from here. 75-ish around, so shit entry on there. I did take a PT on this already here. If you wanted to, you can move your stops up, but I just kind of let these ones with stocks. I kind of just let shit ride. FE, we're in it from a little while back. They come down. They're trying to hold on to the weekly now. This one looks like it's turning around, so we'll see what happens on this weekly level. We're at the level to hold, so we'll see. We start breaking below. I'll probably get out of this one. I don't want to move my stop up too much, you know. This one could go lower. This zone was not tested yet. Like an outside test, I think they still could. Fizz, we're off to the races. Up 25% on that guy. I'm in from $60 around. Kind of a shit entry I got on this one too. I just market smashing on some of these, you know. I see them at a decent level. I think we missed our profit target on this guy. So I'm hoping for one more push here. Have to check. This one looks primed and ready to go. We're down 8% on this guy, but really, ILMN looks like it's good to go. It's gained a weekly, it's gained a daily. You know, this looks good to go in my mind. It's taking the liquidity out from here, so I'd like to see this thing pump. INCY. This one's basically an entry. We had a shit entry on this too. I kind of just smashed in after it gained this weekly down here. So it's come up, and then it held, right? So I would expect this to be over top of 67.55, and then we'll see what happens after that. Probably take a little profit target there. And then after that, who knows? Just probably let the rest ride. But it's holding where it kind of needs to. KHC, we're down a little bit in this guy. It's gained the weekly on the inside trend. This weekly is still not tested down here at the bottom. So this could have a little bit of a slide. If it does, I'd be looking at adding a little bit more once it gets down below 28. But we'll see if this level holds. We did gain the inside weekly, so we'll see. On the daily, it would be nice if we gain this daily today. Or tomorrow, or this week sometime. Kim, we're in it from 20 bucks around 2062. 2062. This was a really shit entry. I just market smashed the weekly gain. Really, we should have been getting in here. We should have waited and got in this at 1924. So it's a little bit of a shit entry. So basically back to entry on this guy. You know, this is the level to hold. Did have a daily gain here. Daily gain, retest, and then gain again, right? So like, I don't know, this thing looks primed and ready to go a little bit. You know, a little bit of a pump I'd like to see. I'd like to see a little bit of a pump on all these. Pump. All right. KMB up 17%. This is looking okay for the portfolio. Some are down, some are up, but there is a lot that are up. Ooh, that BMY, I need to look at that again. It really looks like shit. KMB up 17%. Having a good week so far. Last week was a good week. They came back, they came down. This is like just a weekly continuation, yeah. And testing the weekly gain. So, you know, this is good. I'd like to see them just do it now, you know what I mean? Because they did it here. I'd like to just see them continue this. So like, I really just want to see this at all-time high again. You know, they did it here and then they held, right? So this is a big, you know, this is kind of what you look for, dudes. Really, honestly, this is what you look for. You know, they come down on the weekly level, they take the liquidity on the weekly level, blast it, come down again, and then test a previous high or a previous low and hold it. And then start gaining weeklies and testing weeklies and blasting them. You know what I mean? This is the kind of stuff that you look for in trading. I'd like to see this back. At least there's going to be a big failure to gain play right here at 145. Hopefully that doesn't play and it just goes to all-time high. We'll see what happens. If it does start going past all-time high and to all-time high, Be looking to take profits. The big target is going to be around 200 bucks. Oh, ghosty. KMX. Lost a weekly on the inside trend here. Did hold this weekly. Okay, so yeah, we had new lows, gained, held, gained, held, low, higher low on the weekly, and then new high, new like local high on the weekly, and then kind of lost it here. So I don't know. This one might be iffy. KMX. I don't want to cut it out yet. We did have a daily gain here too on the inside, so this might be one I hold on to, but I watch closely. I might be moving my stop up in this one actually. KMX, is this KMX? KMX. Yeah, KMX. I might be moving my stop up on this one to 65. And just, if it goes below that, I'll just cut my losses. Not 100% yet. We'll see. KVU. Wow, bringing it right to the tip and taking the liquidity. Not looking too good on the KVU. Made new lows and then we had a daily gain, but this could just be liquidity, right? So you don't know. Honestly, this looks a little shaky at this point. As long as they hold above this and not have weekly closes below, then you'll probably be all right. So we don't want to see any closes below 1784. We start seeing closes below 1784. It's time to get the fuck out. At this point, for me, what I'd like to see is a close above. I didn't even get the profit target on this guy. I'd like to see a close above 1948 and then a new high 22, new local high 22.31 would be cool. So we'll see if this thing plays out. It's been in a nosedive since 23, so did have this big weekly gain though, you know what I mean? So like it looks like it wants to go. It looks like it wants to move a little bit. MXTX, am I in this one anymore? I don't think so. MXTX. I believe this one I just got out of at like break even basically. Marna's doing great. Marna, nothing to get too concerned about. We did hit a PT on Marna. Liquidity above here. This is the big PT on Marna. Right here. So we're looking for that. Hopefully we get one more push up. Nothing to be too concerned about here yet. You know, kind of an expected retrace after taking this liquidity. So just kind of waiting now. Yeah, you really here. I'm gonna make these global. You really don't want to get below this line. Sync global. Taking liquidity out from underneath here and then blasting is okay, but you really don't want to have any closes below. Start having closes below, we'll be looking to exit the full position on a retrace. We are in this from down here. So really, I could move the stop up, but like a lot of times the move will be like this first and then up, and then I'll look to exit. You know what I mean? If I just move my stop up, then I just end up getting stopped out and I make less money. But stop can be at entry. I wouldn't want it. I can move my stop up to here. I'll move my stop up to here. I don't want them to take any, like they can take this liquidity if they want, but it needs to be quick. This was my entry at 103. It's a shit entry on this too. this is where I got in. Yeah. So I can move it to entry. Really kind of want the top of that to hold. Wouldn't want them much lower than that. Or else I'll be out. I'll be getting out of the position. Yeah, Nemi up 13% from our entry. And these are all entries too that like I shared, you know what I mean? I share all these on YouTube. We do we do a NASDAQ review where I go through all 100 stocks on the NASDAQ, and then we also do a crypto market review where I go through over a bunch of crypto. This is all price action based trading, you know. It's actually pretty simple, man, once you get a grasp on your emotions. You know, the hardest part about trading is just your emotions and the attachment to the money. Once you stop giving a shit about things, you know, you and just focus on entries and exits, things become a lot easier, man. And you know, money kind of just starts pouring in. So it's yeah, it's kind of the stuff that we do here. When people start showing up to the chat, I'm happy to answer any kind of questions that people have, or you know, break down some things, price action. But it's all just price action based stuff. Anyway, NEM still looks good to me, man. I'm just coming down, trying to hold this upper weekly. You know, as long as we hold, we can even take the liquidity under here, man, and we'll still look okay. We take the liquidity under there, we'll still look fine. That'll basically be my entry. So even if they come all the way back down to my entry, it still looks okay to me. Kind of a long-term spot here for NEM. Holding on to all this, taking the liquidity here off that big pump. Yeah, you kind of don't want to see them much lower than this, right? Or else that's really going to do some damage to the chart. You see much lower than this, I just kind of want to get out of it. Nike. I was in Nike, but then I kind of got out of it just because it's just not moving. Nike doesn't move too much. I mean, it does, but not for me. Not for me right now. I closed some stuff out and put some more stuff in Tesla because Tesla moves more. Warner Brothers. This one's still just kind of in the zone. I'm down so much on this one, but I don't want to let it go. You know what I mean? It looks like this is the spot for it to hold. I'm down 23% already. This is a big position too for me because I've started averaging down. I'm probably gonna average down one more time actually, but I'd like to see a pump. Really, I'd like to see this get back up to like $17. Clean up this chart. Yeah, like we're right at it, dude. This is the level to hold. Like, look at this. It might be like a couple cents lower, but like this is the bottom of this yearly level. this up again. This could go a little bit further down, but like, I don't know what else you're looking for here, man. Not too much more down, you know? This is on the monthly candles. If you look on the yearly, it's a little bit lower, but not that much lower. I'm sure there'll be a reaction, you know what I mean? Really, we're just gonna see. We're seeing if this yearly candle fucking holds. If this yearly candle holds, could be a banger. Could be a banger. I'll be out probably way before the banger, the big banger happens. All right, we got into AMC. We got in here. What did I get into? I got a shit entry at 99. They retested this. They blasted this and then they came and retested it, right? So this is, yeah, and they took the liquidity, right? So, you know, I don't know. For this to get back up to 11, I think it could happen. Probably not for a little while because they just had so much action on it, but we'll see. You never know with this fucking crazy meme stock. PTLR looking great. This one's looking great. This one's looking great for back to all-time high, honestly. We gain here, we get all-time high. That's what I'm saying. If we gain above 28, we're going to 48. And maybe even higher, honestly. Let's get the fib on this. Oops. Yeah, we could go as high as like 68. This would be the zone, the big zone for profit taking. If we start getting above all-time high again. Pretty big level up here though for this right here. I bought so much of this at around $10. I was averaging down. So we'll see what happens there. See what happens there, bros. See what happens there. And then we got the last two Dash here. Dash gained the daily. Gained the daily. Took the liquidity out from underneath this weekly. And gained the daily. I think we're going to see 126. We'll be taking pretty big PTs there. Because they also took... There's this glaring level here. So there's a couple things to look at here at this one. So there's this here. There's the liquidity from underneath here. And then they also took big liquidity on the weekly level. So you're expecting them to go down a bit, right? They took liquidity here. So the next, and this is kind of untested zone. So you see a move here and then a move here. Something like that. So I'm expecting to get most of the position out here. And then just leave a runner. And move stop up on this guy. Tesla, this is a big long-term trade for me. I think I put about $5 grand in or something like that. but we can explain the Tesla trade here too. Tesla came down, made new lows, took liquidity, blasted, and then this was the level to hold. They're holding it, right? You want to see them make a higher low than this. Pretty simple, straightforward shit. Then this is the weekly, and they gained it. You can see it's the first time they really gained a weekly. So, especially being down in the range, they gained the weekly here, but you know, I don't trade upper range like that. Lower range in a level that you're supposed to hold where they've already gained a weekly and then they gain a weekly again on the inside. This is what you're looking for. So, see a bunch of my entries here. That's pretty much it. Pretty much it for that. Ooh, Dixie dumps it. These guys pump it. Wow. Let me look at this. We're probably not going to get an opportunity because this happened so fast. You see what's happening here, though, right? Like they came up to the 4 hour and they're failing it. So you kind of expect lower than that. We'll see if this one holds, if they hold this. This is inside, so it's kind of hard to do. So right now it's presenting a couple opportunities. You could take a trade on this. This isn't too bad of an opportunity. I might set up a trade here. See if we can get it. Why not, right? We are traders after all. And we'd be shooting for new highs. Am I not logged in? My shit never logs in anymore, dude. What is going on with this? And then I have to look up the password every time. Come on, man. I can't with this, man. I missed this trade because of this stupid shit. Oh my god. TQG. Really? I don't know if it's like a new security option or something in the AMP API, but you need to log in every single time. It's so stupid. Yeah, it's like a $12 risk. Sure, bro. We can do that. Gonna make this a little bit higher, and then. We'll see what gets tagged and what doesn't.
computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Maybe nothing. We'll see. I'll move those targets around after. Really, I should have just been trying to get into a position a little bit earlier. This is probably going to be a missed opportunity. Because I knew that the Dixie was on the 4-hour fucking failure. But I got here late, right? Like we missed it. If you look at this on the 15, the trade was done already, right? This is when they failed the 4-hour. This is the 15-minute entry. So on here, where you should have been getting short is here, you know, when they failed this 15, because you wait for a failure on this side too. So when they failed this 15 and then on this retest, this is where you should have been getting short. Or actually, you should have been trying to get long here. So this it wasn't really an opportunity too much. What is this? Anyway, we'll see. Maybe we'll get filled. Maybe not. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Failing that 4-hour though, that looks rough for Dixie. Failing that 4-hour that hard. Looks like we could see a little bit of selling pressure. Cool if we could get an entry. Just give us an entry, man. Do it for the stream. Just once for the stream, man. I think I'm going to get a coffee. I will be right back. Hopefully I come back and it's filled and we made $200 like last week. Wait. Let's see. See if we can get an entry. Kind of close. Kind of close to an entry. Maybe. Yeah, the shitty part is though they're trying to hold, or trying to hold. The Dixie's holding the correct location. So this might not even work out. Might be shit. Dixie's trying to hold here. The mid-range, long-term mid-range change. Yeah, we'll try it, man. I'll still try it though. Fuck it. We'll see if we can get it. See if we can get it. Yeah. Maybe just one more tick up. That's a front run. See if we need to modify it. We'll try. Let's try, yeah. ES not too clean for an entry for short. Not the cleanest. Bitcoin, not in my zone yet. So, just kind of waiting game for the rest of these. Market open in about 30 minutes. That was the 8:30 volume too that made that that little spike there. Should have been on that a little bit more for you guys. Sorry about that. I've been really getting into playing Eve, man. I have like a whole mining fleet. It's awesome. I'm gonna do that right after the stream here. I guess we can update our positions here on the stream. I guess we'll have to wait until see if we get a fill. We're close to an entry. We'll see. Let's hope, man. Hope we get some action, man. I never put any action on the stream for you guys. Just long-term stocks. Boring. It looks like ES came down. They're testing the top of this right now. We want them to test the bottom. The 15. If they hold that and go, this is very strong. So there's going to see a big dump then in Dixie. This might take hours to get this trade though. And I'm just not one to sit at the charts for hours, man. I cannot do it. I can't. It's easier for me to just trade long-term charts, man. On my that's it. Just take a quick look through the pre-market here and see if there's anything of interest. CLR up pre-market a little bit. Just want to see if there's any like giant drops, you know what I mean, or big pumps. Nothing too crazy. Ooh, EMN is down a little bit. This one might be dunking. Kind of looks like she might be done. EMN, it was a good ride. Let's see. We start taking liquidity out from under here and have a pump, probably getting out of this position. Sometimes it doesn't give me the pre-market data. I don't know why. Uvu looks good to go for you know, if anybody was interested in this one looks good to go. If we have a little bit of a retest on that daily, we looking goosh. We looking goosh. We looking goosh. Nothing crazy happening here. Nah, nothing too crazy. It looks like that's all they're gonna give us, man. I'm gonna be missing the trade here. That's unfortunate, man. What are you gonna do, you know? 30 minutes to open. This trade's still valid. If they do take the liquidity up here, and then get it, but you know, I just don't like that anymore as much, because once these guys come down here, if they come down here and hold this spot and start gaining again, it's gonna be that's a pretty good spot to hold for the Dixie. We'll have to play it by ear. We might actually get short on this. Still gonna keep this trade on the table. See what happens, yeah. Getting copyright strikes on the stream. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm playing just background music, you know? You fucking copyright strike me? It's just my voice. It's the 95% of it is my voice. Get the fuck out. It's all no words background music. You know? Get out. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're gonna give us this. Is too bad, man. You know, it was a good try, but they just didn't test down deep enough. You need to have that test deep. But it was close. Honestly, that trade might still play. I should just leave it and fucking come back later. If Dixie makes new 4-hour low, I'll probably want to look to get short on EU on a setup. Funny how things just change at a blink of an eye. You know what I mean? Boring market again today. At least that Tesla trade worked out for me. Pretty awesome when you get into a trade and it just goes up 5% immediately. I like it. Any chatters out there? Any chatters? I see a couple of you guys lurking around. Happy to answer any questions for you guys, man. If this is your first time here, my name is Jay. I'm a professional trader. I live in Southeast Asia. Coming to you today from Bali. Yeah, hard to get the stream pumping though, man. I guess it's gonna take a while. It's hard for me to keep consistent on the stream because I travel, right? So I'm gonna be out and about come 2 weeks from now. Then it's hard to stream, you know what I mean? I'll probably only be doing the weekend, market review thing because I won't have my setup here. Even though my camera sucks right now, but I'm gonna rectify that. Yeah, totally. 24 minutes to open. What will happen? Probably a dump here on the ES coming. They almost had a setup here for me to make a short. Almost. You could have shorted it, it would have worked out, right? Because they made this new high, I didn't like it. But if this candle wasn't here, I would have shorted here 100%. And I would have liked to get in here, right? But even this would have been valid. And your stop would have been moved up into profit and you would be laughing all the way to the bank already. But because of this dirty little wick, I didn't like it. So I didn't trade it. One thing I've learned about trading over the 15 years that I've been doing it is if it's not a perfect setup, fucking move on. Move on to the next one. There's literally hundreds of products that you could be trading. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever to take a subpar setup. It needs to be perfect. I know people that trade progression and stuff on the ES, man, and on the NQ. Dude, that's fucking hard to do, man. It really is. It's way easier just looking for a premium setup over a whole bunch of different products. And price action is pretty fluid. It works on all time frames, right? So if you don't have time to just be at the charts all the time, then just trade it on the daily and the weekly. That's how I trade the stocks, right? I trade stocks on the daily and the weekly. Look, take this Tesla trade, for example. Okay, we were looking at the weekly, a gain the weekly, right? Get a gain above, weekly closes above. So on the retest is when you want to buy it. So when you're on a retest of the weekly, that's here. Here is here, right? We had a daily gain above. So same kind of setup. If you just zoom right in. Zoom right in here. So now I'm just looking at just this area right here. So, this right here, we had a daily close above, looks very similar to this right here where we had a weekly close above. That's all it is. All the same shit all the time, man. Be it on the weekly, the monthly, the fucking yearly, whatever. It's all the same. So this was the entry for Tesla. This is the reason why I wanted to get long, because we gained the weekly. This is a great long-term level. You know what I mean? For Tesla, this is a super good long-term level. I piled a bunch in here. I'm thinking that we're gonna, it's gonna be like a lot of stuff's gonna happen before now and here, but this is the area where we're going, I believe. Let's just look at the yearly on Tesla. Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna get back down there. Look at the 6 months. So we did have a 6 month. So this is interesting too. In the 6 month chart, we had a 6 month loss, right? We lost this level on the 6 month. Closes below. So on the retest, you short. Exact same shit, man. On the monthly, and if you have trouble seeing the short, you just reverse the chart, man. It's the exact same thing. You can make a lot of money if you if you can project the next 6 months of candle. You can make a lot of money. You know what I mean? If you have an insight into what the next 6 month candle is gonna do, really, man, you can really and truly, make significant money if you figure that out. But first, you need a basis of price action. You need to understand what's what and what's going on. We're still inverted here. Yeah, so on the weekly level, it looks like we're at the very least, I think we're going to take the liquidity up here now, and we're probably going to test this last weekly swing. That's like, yeah, it's quite a bit up, man, right? From the entry, it's like fucking 40%. This is the weekly. This is a weekly level that made this move. So it's kind of the area that you're going to want to be looking at. There's also this too, right? This continuation down, but they're going to play that when they play this. So they're going to hit this when they hit this. So it's going to be like this, and then it's like, we'll see what happens. You'd like them to hold the top of this. Kind of how things work, man. Kind of how things work. Yeah, fuck. With these, I'm gonna miss the trade here. It's unfortunate. At this point, I don't even like it, because we're at like pretty much at the first PT spot. This was the entry, and it was too shallow of a retest. That's too bad. Clean this shit up a bit. Oh, this is still on here? Get that off. I had many orders. Too bad. Too bad, so sad. We'll get them next time, right, boys? Yeah. Even ES, I have this level on ES too. You know, we're kind of mid range right now from the fib. I talked about this yesterday. That's why I didn't want to short here. They did give a little bit of a signal here to short, but you know, I just didn't like it because we're only at the 272. And I believe that we're gonna head up here before seeing any kind of major retracement. And then the major retracement will probably come down and test this level and take the liquidity from here. But who knows? Those are all just guesses. Never know with this shit. Bitcoin, I'd still like to see a little bit lower here before getting involved. This one we missed. Too bad. Too bad. Did exactly what we thought was gonna happen, right? We were talking about this failure on this 4. Yeah, it's a bit frustrating when you miss trades like that, but well, you know, what are you gonna do? It's fine. It's not a huge deal. Like this was the first I could have got long, really, or I could have got long here because, you know, this was usually I wait for confirmation, right? But you know, this was the 4-hour level. This was the 4-hour failure to gain right here. So, you know, we could have just taken it. Hard because you don't know exactly where to put your stop, right? You take a short here, you can't put your stop all the way down here, you know? So that's why you need to wait for a smaller time frame price structure to figure out what's going on. And so you have like adequate place to put your stop. That's a lot of the time why you wait for the smaller time frame verification, so you can you know, so you can you know, you just have, you can put tighter stops, and if you lose, you lose. It's not a huge deal. Like it's the reason I use stops, man. I really gotta figure out the chat though. I don't know why the kick chat's not working on here. And fuck, who knows? Hey, we got about 15 minutes to open. ES still trying to hold this upper range again. I do not like taking trades in the upper range. You end up missing a lot of trades, but they're not a lot of times they're not safe, man. So what's happening right now in the Dixie is like we failed the 4. There's this move that made this low. That's what they're hanging on to. Also, they have a 4-hour swing here that they're hanging on to. Everybody can see that, right? It's not just me. Have this 4-hour swing here, and then we have this 4-hour move that made this swing low. And then, you know, I really do like this level here too. So that's why, you know, if they take the liquidity out from underneath here, I think that's going to be a pretty valid spot for longs. You know, something like this. But again, need waiting, right? Need waiting to see on the smaller time frame what's up. Where are we? Where can we put a stop? Because like this is a mid-range trade. You can't really. Where are you going to stop this? You know, you can't just be entering into trades without having valid stops. Market open 10 minutes, boys. We'll see what happens in the market open in the first half an hour. If nothing, you know, goes into where I want it to. So what I'm looking at right now is going to be the Dixie. If we make new lows and potentially take the liquidity down here, then I'll look to get long on the Dixie, so short on the EU. So the EU is probably going to be, I had this outlined before, they're probably going to take the liquidity up there. So we'll see what happens up there and then look to get into a trade. This could be a big trade too, because this is, if Dixie holds here, you know, this has potential to run, you know what I mean? Quite a bit. At least back up to here. That's a massive move. Because we've already taken the liquidity there. So like the next spot on this is like here. The next spot is right there. So, you know, that's a pretty big move for Dixie. If we can catch that move, that would be huge. Do a little of this if they go here. Yeah, that's like in the zone, right? If they hold down here, this is kind of where you'd want to look for it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fucking one viewer Andy over here. This is ridiculous. It's funny, man. You get people on these platforms and they, you know, the vast majority of the people, they don't fucking know how to trade. I'm sorry, but they don't. You know, it just is what it is. What's up, brother or sister? How are you? I see you over there on Kick. Sorry, the Kick chat does come up on the screen. Good. I'm doing great, man. I missed the Euro long. What are you gonna do? How's my day? My day is great, man. It's actually night where I'm at, but yeah, it's my day was good. Yeah, things are great, man. Just you know, watching the market open. We have market open here in 5 minutes. See if we can get into a trade. We missed the long on the euro. What are you gonna do? It happens, you know. I probably like to try to get long here on Bitcoin too. Crypto, just in general. Coming into a pretty key zone here. All right, we'll see. This is kind of the key zone that you want to be looking at in Bitcoin. See if they hold it. This is the daily swing that made this low, so this is where you want to look. If they hold this, if they start showing some kind of, you know, some kind of support here, and then we get a move like this, and then back down, that is where you want to get long. This is on the daily chart though, so really not that. Really, you want to see this come down here on the daily chart, and then on the smaller chart, 15 minutes or whatever, hourly or whatever you want. You want to look for that type of move too, right? So you want to see like a move like this, and then a move like this, and then down, and then buy it. And then away she goes, probably back to all-time high. Something like that. We'll see though. Not in my zone yet. They did give a little bit of a long signal here, but it's not in the zone yet. So you can't be taking those on the small time frame charts when you're not in the big time frame zone. The whole thing with, you know, with trading, you need to be looking at the long time frame charts. You have to. You can't just trade on the small time frame charts. The 15 is a very small time frame, so you need to be looking at the bigger time frames. And it's kind of like big time frame ideas and small time frame entries. That's kind of how I do it anyway. All right. Market open, 4 minutes. Let's go. This was kind of brutal, man. I missed this on the ES or on the Euro. Sucks, man. I was calling this too, right? Like I did, like, you know, like I said, we're at the 4 hour, and this is probably gonna tank on the Dixie. I was just waiting for some kind of confirmation, but they gave it, and then they just did a shallow retrace. I hate when they do that. I mean, it's frustrating sometimes, you know, but is what it is. It's okay. We'll get him next time, right? They didn't even get down to this level. They just tested the top here. Now they still could take this. This turns into a liquidity zone now underneath here. So there's definitely liquidity here now. So they might come back and grab the liquidity first before they go. You know, this is possible. The problem is on the long-term chart for Dixie, this looks pretty good for higher. They gain this very well. They gain this area very well. So they're coming back down and coming to test it. So if they hold here, and like it looks like they're trying to respect this area. So if they hold here, and this might be a decent spot for higher, for up to here, 106.13 around, something like that. All right, 2 minutes to open. Open's probably going to be a big nothing burger. We'll see though. I'll probably hang around until about, I don't know, 10 or 10:30. Looks like we've already missed our. This is still valid in my mind. This trade. Because they haven't made new lows yet over here. I should put these back in, man, really. Start it there. Oops. Help center. No thanks. Help center. $16 for the first one. Yeah, fuck it. So we'll get those in there, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if they're gonna. This could be, you know, they could pump it. They could come down there and get the liquidity. It's possible. A little pump here before they dump it on the Dixie. But if we start getting up past here, then, you know, I don't like it anymore. Kind of the trade has been had, you know. Trade has been had, and we're out of time. All right, there's the open. We'll see what they do. Look through my stocks here. Anything crazy happening? Nah, pretty nothing. Pretty nothing day. Everything just flatlined. Like every single stock, basically. Yep. Yeah. Appreciate that follow, Mariush. 7 minutes ago. A little late on the response. Sorry. The follow alerts don't come up on Kick. I don't know why. I can't get them. There's no, the software I use is only for YouTube and Twitch. And then also I can't get the YouTube chat up on the screen. I don't know why. Not a fucking computer programmer. Trader. So yeah, really a nothing open here. Bitcoin trying to push to new lows here, new local lows. We'll see if they do it. If they do, this will be in the area of interest for me. We'll have to see if they have a gain. That's the name of the game. Wait for a gain. Yeah, it looks like they are going to try to push to new local lows here. Maybe we'll get some kind of setup. Seeing buys some ES. ES, really? You're gonna hold this top range again? Wow. Wow. So again, the big zone that we talked about on ES here is going to be around 5,620, around there. This is why, they did have a short opportunity here set up, but this is why I'm not taking shorts here, because we're not really in the zone, I really wanted to try to get longs, but they're not giving an opportunity. This was the last long opportunity right here. This is gain right here, and then this long after taking the liquidity. So decent. This is unfortunate I can't get into this trade, man. I had this one pegged, really. Just they didn't really give an entry. Dixie did hold this, right, too? Dixie is like trying to hold on to this. So hold this. I think this is gonna tank. But we're probably gonna take out some kind of liquidity point first, I would think here. And for Dixie, we're probably gonna take out down here first. Probably the bottom end of this. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Oh, after this, it's gonna be Eve time. And get my miners out to the mining field. Full battery. Look. Going without my vape. Yeah, so hope everybody's having a good day. Here's ES looking to make new highs again. So there could be trading opportunity today for sure on the ES. They did give an entry here, but it wasn't the best. It's an internal trend. But they did gain this and then have an internal trend. But this is this isn't the nicest because this, right? They had this, and then this is all internal trend then from here down to here. So, that's why it gets messy. You should never really trade the internal trend. The internal trend has false positives all the time. You need to be trading the main trend. So if this looked like that without this thing, then it would have been fine. Yeah, so just kind of waiting now. Yeah, really sucks about this because this trade's half over already, Honestly, we should already be in and have your stops in profit on this one. Much more riskier when they come down, but also on the other hand, almost every big move is is done with a liquidity grab. Almost every single one. Here's a short on the sorry, I missed that one for you guys. Here's a short right here for ES. Pretty simple stop. Pretty ballsy short, but sometimes these ones work out. Yeah, this one's off to the races, man. I'm taking these out. I really wanted this one. It just didn't come back far enough, right? Yeah, I won't be putting these back in now this time. If we failed there and came back down and took the liquidity, maybe I would, but not now. Yeah, I think the only thing left here is for me is looking at Bitcoin. Yeah, man. We can have a look at this when it gets up above here. Also for a short. And then this will turn into a profit target down here underneath this. Maybe even underneath this. When the Dixie 4 hour is below this. Oops. So kind of want to see the Dixie now at this point below this one. Jesus, what's going on here, man? Just want to see the Dixie below this. Once we're below that, we can look for longs on the ES. There's also a liquidity point down here, so this is kind of going to be the whole area of interest for me. For longs on the Dixie, shorts on the ES, or shorts on the Euro. So the Euro, I'd like to see the Euro up here, above this, taking the liquidity up from above that, or at least testing that level, and then show me a 15-minute loss and then dump it hard. And if we're playing a dump from here, we're going to be targeting new lows. And if we're playing a long from here, we're going to be targeting new highs above this. Really, this is the next area of interest. There's also this too. Liquidity. It's kind of where we're at. There's the explanation, folks. I hope that helps. Thank you all for stopping in. Anybody who's hung around or who's come by, appreciate you guys. Mary, thanks for the follow on Twitch too. I don't even hear the alerts, man. Like, that's gotta be an issue, no? Activity feed. Oh yeah, there it is. Can replay it. Oh yeah, it's just really quiet. Appreciate you though. Thank you. All right. Yes, tapping the level. I don't imagine that this is gonna play for a short, but a scalp short, I guess. But not for anything significant. I'm sure that they're gonna be blasting this higher. We'll see though. This is just a super easy stop for short, right? You could have entered at 58 and you could stop it literally at 60. You know? If you're looking at risk reward, you want to be safe, you could have done it there. You know, 3 risk reward is just that right there. I think you already tagged it. Yeah, almost. But, you know, it's not very far. It's probably the area. Little scalps. Not really the kind of trading that I do though. Really scalp stuff, it's too time consuming. Not really looking for, you know, 4 points, 5 points. Looking for 100. Bitcoin trying to hold a level. Same with Dixie. Dixie right at the level here too. See what they do. Yeah, I imagine at this point we're going to see new lows. Once we get down there, it's going to be, like I said, this is a good area for them to hold. You know, it is kind of a wide range, but you know, this is just the range that you look for setups. It's not like you do entries on those. You just you look for setups. There's a new low on Dixie. Oh, the CEU trade would have been glorious, guys. It's too bad we missed it. Fuckers. You know. This would, imagine I was around for this, I would have took this trade. Or this, I would have took this short too. All right. We're close enough to the zone now where we've taken liquidity. We've taken liquidity here and we've taken liquidity here. This is a big liquidity point up here too, so it looks like we're taking it. At this point, we're just looking for some kind of confirmation. I usually like to look for confirmation first on the Dixie or the US dollar, and then on the EU after. So we'll see what they do here. It's more like this one's more important. We'll see what these guys do here. But they've made a, you know, this is a far swing now. Like to see them push it up, then push it down, create a swing up here, and then we can talk about an entry. This is just the first one too. I still think this zone could get tagged also, so we'll see what happens. This is just the first. They could hold this zone too. You know, you don't know about any of this shit. No one knows. Anybody that tells you they know is lying. Let's get some chill work music on here. Chill work. I had one on here. I had one that was good before. I think it was called Lo-Fi. Lo-Fi work. Lo-Fi work. I think it's this. Yeah, I think it's this one. It's all right. See, I'll probably get DMCA striked all over the place. All right, it looks like this ES short is working out a little bit. At this point, if you took this short, you should have your stop and profit at this point. Really in the zone, looking for this to fail. Even look at this on the fucking 1 minute, man. There's not even a 1 minute swing. Bit rough. Bit rough. Little bit rough. I gotta pump up these. Oh no, this is the sync. I need to pump up the volume on these guys. Just gonna blast out a couple alerts here, guys, just so I can see what the volume's like on this. It's still quiet. Still super quiet, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. You know, I don't know too much about this shit. These streams. This streaming or whatever. Leave it. Can just keep an eye on it, I guess. It looks like this short is working out a little bit. Anyway, if you were short, you could have already taken a PT. Dixie still plummeting here. We're seeing if they're gonna get the. This is a liquidity point. This is a point for them to hold too, right here, a little bit higher. We'll see if they hold it. Kind of right at it right now. Oh, what a short, dude. I would like to get into that. You know, remember where I had my entries and my profit targets, you know? Would have been a big day. Too bad. Missed it by what, $1? Not even. Missed it by 4 cents. A little bit ridiculous, but it's okay. It's all right, you know. These things happen. These things happen. Can't win them all. All right, looks like some selling coming through on the euro. And some buying on the Dixie. They didn't really create any kind of small time frame swings or anything, so this is going to be kind of hard to get into. Yeah, you can't just get into a trade here, you know. It's a little bit difficult. Know where to put a stop. Need places to put stops, or you can't trade it. But this is a good spot for it to fail. For it to fail and for it to hold on the Dixie. Dixie holds here. I think we're gonna see it go much higher. That's why I'm kind of looking for positions here. So we have a 4-hour close up here. Let me see. When's the 4-hour gonna end? 4 hours just started. Okay, great. This is it. We're in the liquidity zone. You know, this is the area for them to short it. This is the area for them to fail. Selling continuing on Dixie. They're trying to hold this. They're trying to hold it. I think they're going to take the liquidity though. They're trying to hold it though. It's like new highs is inevitable here for ES. Next stop, higher. This is a good spot, man, for the Dixie to hold, man. Really, this is it, you know. This is it, really. Might just take a pot shot here at a. But, you know, I don't like taking pot shots either. There's just nowhere to put a stop here. You can't stop this anywhere here. So when it's like this, you just don't trade. Even though you see this, you see the price action and you know what's going on. You need to be disciplined enough to just not take the trade when there's nowhere to put a stop. If you can't do that, you'll never make it as a trader. Really, never. You need to be able to, like, this shit is not gambling, you know what I mean? This is very, very distinct entries and exits, and, you know, based on the history of the market. And you need to, because literally half the trades, or like 40% of the trades fail. That's a big failure percentage, you know what I mean? So that's why you need to have insurance protection, your stop. You need to have that. If you don't have an area to put a stop, you can't take a trade. You can't take the trade. You can't do it. Now, if you could have a bigger stop, this is a valid, right? Like, this is a valid trade right here with stops underneath here. But I just like to see some kind of 15-minute action here first, you know. Taking this liquidity is pretty juicy though, man. I'm telling you guys, this is pretty juiced. This is juice, man. This This is kind of like the juice that you look for. Just gotta look around for the juice, you know? Where's the juice? That ES short still working. Keep it juicy. That's what I always say. Oi. There's just nowhere for a setup, man, you know? The setup was here. This was the trade. You know, and it was missed. This will also be a valid long because the Dixie's probably going to run into trouble here, right? So I'm sure this is going to be a valid long too. Yeah. You know, take the liquidity, dump it. Even like a, you know, a smaller time frame setup would be fine, but I can't even get one of those, you know? Can't even get a small time frame setup. Just not my day again today, I guess. You know, there's going to be nothing to do here for a while. You need to wait for a setup, man. You can't just, I don't know. Very rarely do they usually come back and take it again, you know what I mean? So that's why I don't just get into just random fucking trades where there's no setup. And usually I like to play 15-minute setups, nothing less, you know what I mean? So if we see some action around here and then up and then down and then up and then short here for a move down to here, sure, this is something that I could get behind. And then down here, because this has gained the 15 here, you know, this is valid for longs, really. For longs back above here. We will see. Because the Dixie's in a good spot to hold, even though it is mid-range, I still think it's gonna be okay. I think it'll be okay for the Dixie for long. I like Dixie like much longer. Let's look at the Dixie like in the daily. You know, this is a daily that they're holding on to. They had daily closes above too, right? So took the daily liquidity, So the next spot is up here. And then really, you know, Dixie held, man. Dixie held. They held this. So we should be expecting back up here. They held this on the daily. Let's have a look at the weekly. You know, they're holding the weekly. When they hold, they usually go, you know, to new weekly high. There's big weekly liquidity that they took, and they came back down and they held. So, you know, I'm thinking that the Dixie is going to go to a new weekly high, new weekly swing high, and probably even above this, man, really, because they've been holding it ever since back here. Take the liquidity, pump it, take the liquidity, come back, test the previous high. You know, this is classic. Gain, test, hold, go. So could we take the liquidity here before we make the move? Maybe, you know, possibly. There's potential. There's potential for that. But the overall big picture is up. This would be the level to the downside to be looking at. But there is liquidity here, big liquidity that would help them push the move up. So if we do end up down there, definitely would be in a big area for be taking longs and to be holding longs for long term. Anyway, looks like we could have a potential to create a swing up here, so I might get into a trade. I just have to wait though, you know, just end up waiting forever. Bitcoin makes new local low. We're almost in the level for me in the area for me for Bitcoin. So like if we start gaining here, then I'll probably take a Bitcoin trade. At least there's something to do. Pissed off a little bit that I didn't get into this EU trade. This sucks, man. Do such a shallow fucking test like that. And then like, you know, talk about shorting it, but you can't because there's no setup, and then it's just dumping. I hate you. I hate you so much. So hot. I really should have Eve open too and just be Bitcoin making new lows. Again, Bitcoin on the watch now for entries. See what happens here. Boy. Yo. Let's have a look at the ecom calendar one more time. Anything else coming up here on the week? Nothing till Thursday. Thursday, 11 a.m. oil instruments, crude oil numbers. 11 a.m. I'll be sleeping by then. Nothing until Thursday. That's okay. Nothing till Thursday. Not too bad. Well, folks, we missed one entry, you know, not too much you can do or say for that. It sucks. You know, we should have had one. I'm probably going to be calling it a day here. Thanks for everybody who stopped in. Thanks for Mariush for the follow. Appreciate that. If this is your first time here, man, we are going to be putting out YouTube videos all the time. So make sure you get subscribed to the YouTube channel. Run down the NASDAQ 100 every week, and then also I run down crypto charts every week, and I can take requests too. Just leave them in the comments, and then we can go from there. Make sure you get joined up to the Discord. Links in the description of the YouTube video here, and it's also in the chat. When I'm going through the NASDAQ 100 reviews, we put out anything we find out in YouTube or out in the Discord. So there's a signals channel there. Okay, cool. Hopefully we start getting some trade. We missed one today. We should have had that one. You know what I mean? It's too bad. It's unlucky. But yeah, we'll get there. You know, US dollar starts holding here and starts pumping. You know, I think US dollars is gonna head much higher. So really, I want to wait for the short. I probably should just wait. This is a good area for this to dump. Maybe I'll just get into a short right here right now and just call it a day. Little one, you know. Just stop right here. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Just get into a little short right now and just stop it right here. We took the liquidity. Dixie's in the zone. This is kind of bullshit that I do that gets me into trouble, though, you know. Just hate not waiting for a proper setup. You sit around and fucking wait all fucking day. Fuck. All day. Trying to make this channel for people to come by. No one comes. Couple people came. It's okay. A few people came. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get into a little bit of a trade here. It's probably not the smartest idea, man, really, but I just want to get into a position here, man. I want to shoot for down here, really. I want to shoot for new lows. This isn't really the type of trade that I normally do. Let me just look at the 4 hour here for a sec. And stop it there. This is a stupid idea, man. I don't want to do it. Bitcoin, I'm having some buys here. Could see a little bit of a pump. Really, we're looking for over top of start getting closes up here. Be a valid setup for Bitcoin. Just gonna take a couple, you know. Just gonna take a couple little ones with a random stop in there, man. Just because I want to get into a trade, man. That's really it. I just like this area for fucking rejection. Stupid fucking area for a stop, but what are you gonna do? This one's just gonna be a runner. Yeah, really, we can't do that, but we'll put it at new lows. Just because it's only 2 contracts, I'll put a little bit of a wider stop. And then we're just gonna let that play out and see what happens. Really, it's for down here, man. You know? Could have a way tighter stop on this. I don't want it to go above that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put a little bit of a tighter stop on there. I really don't want it to go above that if we want this liquidity level to play. At least it's like, you know, super cheap. Really? I might even get one more in here. Problem is that this is let's just put this a little bit higher. Sometimes you see some fuckery on the on this side when this is See? So that's kind of the trade. This stop kind of sucks. I might move it up just a bit more here. You know, I really wanted it like up here. This is really where I wanted to stop. I guess I could do that. But it really throws out of whack my risk reward. So Dixie in the liquidity zone now too. We'll see if we get a little bit of a bump here. Dixie created a swing to gain too, so we'll see. If we start seeing some proper action, I'll get a lot more into this and not just 3 contracts. We just get one more in. One more. Last one, I swear. Two of these I'm gonna keep for runners. I should keep one there. Come on, Dixie. See if we can get a little pump on the old Dix. This is the half decent place to put a stop, I guess. I don't want it to reject this area. So Bitcoin didn't quite gain it. Yeah, short's still working. Should have just took that short. Really want Dixie to hold this level if they're going to continue higher. I guess I should get this trade into the chart here. Euro short. Euro short. The numbers sometimes are a little wacky on the futures here. Am I in this at? 107.0796. Yeah, see, like this isn't the actual number for euro. 796. I wish I was up $200. And then it's actually 4 contracts. Could be a big loser today, boys. We'll see. Not looking good so far. Goes to show you should always wait for a fucking proper entry. Looks like Bitcoin is gonna try to gain this, and then the 2 minutes left of the candle. So we're probably going to set up a long here on Bitcoin too. See if they can hold this, man. It's a good area to hold. You know, this is the kind of stuff that I look for, you know. Liquidity zone. Big 4-hour level. Move that made this low. This is actually like a daily level, probably. Just look at the daily here. Yeah, this is a daily candle, man. The daily swing. So I'm thinking that we're gonna see some kind of a move here. You did have a daily close above, you know. So we are going to get long in Bitcoin here too. Right here, right now. Really, I want to just get long and try to hold this for this area. So, get that in there. Just gonna leave this on the chart. My Bitcoin trading is happening on Bybit, so. Looks like it's working out. Pretty good. Not too bad. Stupid. This is a 30 times leverage trade. Maybe if I just put ETC Lev. Just 30 times, it's fine. All right, we're finally seeing a little bit of a pullback here in EU and a little bit of a pump in Dixie. Let's see what they do with it. There is a swing to gain now on the Dixie. So if they gain that swing, I'm comfortable putting in a bit more here. We'll see what happens. They need to gain that swing though first, right? So we'll see what happens. The swing is basically this area too on EU. It's going to be my first PT basically. And for Bitcoin, I kind of wanted, this is a good area for them to hold and like make a move back above here. So I'll be holding on to this for a bit, but I will be taking PTs. There is a PT spot here on Bitcoin. And then this is a big level here. So, this is kind of the area you want to watch. And then I'll probably take another PT there. And then the rest will be held for all-time high. If we get there. See if Dixie can fucking gain here, man. I don't usually like taking trades like this where it's just like you kind of put your stop. My stop is not in the middle of nowhere either. Like it's like this is it's still a valid stop area, but it's just so wide, So if you look at the daily on this is the daily swing, right? So you don't want them to, you don't really want them to get much higher than that. The start of the daily swing, and it's this here too. So could they test this? They definitely could, man. That's why I'd much rather these guys just do this. And then dump this. But this is a daily, I'm gonna move another one of these things down, man, because this could go way farther down. Daily level, and we're fucking. Usually they do take a little bit of liquidity first, but they just took the 4-hour liquidity on here. Like this is a 4-hour liquidity zone, right? So it could be enough to send it. I think I'm going to move this one to new lows. And then I'll move this one to this spot. New 4-hour low. And then this one to this liquidity point. And then this one, I really should move that down too, right? Like I shouldn't just take a small little. They could do that. I'd much rather this down here. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Dixie pushing a little bit here. See if they can fucking gain this bullshit swing. We're in for 4 contracts short on the euro. Now we're looking for a bigger move here, you know what I mean? Like a much bigger move. So if it fucking jerks around a bit, it's fine. I'm looking for a much bigger move. I just hope they don't stop me out first. We really need this to happen in the Dixie. Let's see. This is a good, this is good area, man. Like I had this area pegged for a while, right? This is the liquidity, I talked about this for 2 days. Seen some more sells here on the ES. Looks like this trade might work out for us, boys. We will see, yeah. You guys see where I put my targets? Yeah, I put them at the liquidity spots. There's a liquidity spot right here too. So we're just kind of skipping that one because I'm hoping that they're gonna gain this and then go. Or we're gonna get stopped out and lose like $100. It's fine. Not a huge deal. This is only 4 contracts. Usually I have 6 or 8. But honestly, this was not a good example of trading, right? Like I had my stop kind of far out. This down here, the long that I attempted, that was a good example of how to trade, not just smashing in fucking, you know, orders, not knowing what the fuck is going on, and not knowing exactly where your stop's going to be. This still could turn out shit too. We'll see. Dixie needs to gain right here, right now. Let's watch the market drama unfold. I wish I could get the proper future numbers on the screen on my side there, but I can't. Like I can't get it to pull in what the proper number is, because it's a futures contract, so it only can pull in what euro's at. You know what I mean? So I'm only up 18 bucks, but it's saying I'm up 233. But for longer term positions, it's fine. Not a big deal to be off by a couple $100. I don't know if I did the numbers correct on this thing either. $6144 $67144. Yeah, that's not a fucking 3% gain. Looks like Dixie does want to try to gain this. Oh, that's why. This is wrong. Oh, the number, they're pulling the number in wrong. That's not what the price of Bitcoin is. You know what I mean? Why? Oh, that's why. Current, yeah, okay. I don't know why. I don't know how that number got all fucked up there, but it did. Okay, it looks like Dixie is gaining here. Let's go, boys. Let's go. We'll see if they gain it. We'll see if they actually gain it. Having some price action above it now, so we'll see. Retrace. I'll probably try to get a bit more in here on this one, honestly. This was kind of the setup I was looking for. You guys see this stuff here, right? On the Dixie. Looking for a gain. You really need this candle to close above, right? Instead of just taking the liquidity and going, we need it to close up here. So we'll see what happens. But this is looking pretty good. You know, everything's happening like I wanted it to, right? Like it take the liquidity, and we're seeing a big reaction from the liquidity grab. So, you know, at some point you just need to start trusting your TA, right? It's kind of why I started taking pot shots here at this shit. But I'm looking for a bigger move here, man. Like, I'm looking for a much bigger move. I'm looking for this down here, you know, and this down here. I'm looking for Dixie to hold this after a breakout and make new highs above this. So when you look for the bigger moves like that, a lot of times you get it wrong, right? Times at these big levels, they fuck around for a little while. Yeah, at least that BTC number is correct now on the side. It's actually a little low. So could this Bitcoin trade work out? I don't know. We'll see. It could. Maybe not too. I'm more interested in the Dixie one, honestly. But Bitcoin, I really think it's gonna go back to new highs too. So once we get to we're almost at the liquidity point here on EU. I'm gonna wait until we get to the first PT, and then I'll move my stop to profit. And then just hope that we don't get stopped out and have a huge move afterwards. But there is liquidity up here for the Dixie. So if we get up there and we have not hit the PT, I'll push it. And I'll move everything to profit. This is the reason why I like to trade the EU versus the dollar, because you get like a whole another page of information that you can go off of for price action, right? Like you can look at all the price action happening here. If you look here and then look here, they didn't even make a swing here, but they're gaining a swing here, you know? So this is not printing over here as it is there, even though it kind of is, but like if you don't know what you're looking for. So we're in here with a half position, looking for a bigger move, right? See if they hold this here. Seen some sells. Here's the liquidity on EU. Also the top of this range, so we'll see what they do here. This could be a spot where they hold it. At this point, I'm probably going to just move my stop at least up to here. Dixie getting to the spot here where they could see some resistance. I really like the liquidity spot better. A little bit more, please. A little bit more. And really, I should be putting my stop like here, you know what I mean? I think I'm going to actually. Don't really want them back up here. I'm probably going to take one off. Just take this PT right now. Really shouldn't. I'm just gonna take one off right now, just because I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna go to bed soon, so this is kind of what I'm going with. I'm just these stops. I'm just gonna move them up just a bit. There we go. So basically in profit here. We're looking for a much bigger move here, so we'll see what happens. I really just want my stops above this and above this and above this right here on this small time frame. This is the area that you don't want it to get really back above, right? So could it do it? Sure, it could do this shit all the time, but you want it to start failing something, right? So you want it to fail either here or here, for this trade to actually work out. Pretty good trade though, not too bad. Took one PT. Just a smooth $8 in profit. Let's go. But the rest of this I'm just gonna let go and just see what happens. Hopefully we get all of them. See what happens. Really, this is just because I'm kind of tired and I want to go to bed. You know, it's getting to be 11 o'clock here. So that's it for right now, boys and girls. We're gonna change this to 3. Yeah. So we'll change that to 3. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Looks like the Bitcoin trade is fully filled now too. So we see what happens on that. Hopefully we get a little action on that. I think I'm actually gonna move these stops one more time, just above the swing, just so there's no fuckery. If it does get back above the swing, I definitely will not be interested, so just leave it there. So, good enough, right? If we lose that, we'll lose $50 or $40 because I've already taken $10 profit. Okay, the rest of this is just gonna ride. Hopefully, if we get down to here, that'll be a $100 PT. This one will be a $200 one, and then this one will be a $300 one. But this one's pretty far. But from what I can see in the Dixie, really, man, like this, it looks like, you know, this is a good spot for it to hold liquidity. It's holding the level. You know, we're coming up to the 4-hour level, so we will see. There is going to be a little bit of resistance there, so we will see. But this is a good area for it to hold and just go, I think, you know. It's kind of what you look for when you're trying to make a bigger move is where's the liquidity zone. Play a little game. Where's the liquidity? Could this not work? Sure. Could not. But hopefully it will. All right, folks. That's been me, Jay, Mainline Trades. If you are new here, we do stream every day. Try to anyway, from 7:30 till around now. Today was a little later actually, but 7:30 till around now. And on the weekends we do the NASDAQ 100 review, and we also do a crypto market breakdown. I put those out on YouTube, and I'll put that in the chats here for you right now. If you want to join the Discord or follow the YouTube or whatever, I do put out signals there of all the things that I find. So you can check that. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, it'll be down in the description. There'll be a link to our Discord. All right, cool, man. Peace out, and thank you for everyone who stopped in today. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Safe trading. Don't forget to use a stop.